What's up everyone? So today's video, it's not going to be too exciting, but I just want to kind of let you know what's going to go on this week. So I'm going to be prepping the truck in order for us to go, hopefully if all goes well, to the drag strip next Saturday, so December 1st. There's a huge Truck Wars event that's going to be going on, so I'm going to try and get stuff ready as much as possible. I don't have the Hoosiers yet. They're supposed to be showing up or arriving this week. And I'm gonna try and during the week try and get the two tires mounted on the rear so that we're ready to go. And the idea is gonna be I'll drive down with the 17s on the front. I'll put my 24s just on the rear, and then once I get to the track, I'll take my 24s off, put those 17-inch Hoosiers on the back because you can't drive on the street with them. They're gonna be full slicks, so it should be pretty fun. But that's the plan. But for now, I'm gonna do an oil change. So I got my Mopar filter. I got my oil that I'm going to be using. I know everyone has their oil preferences, but I'm just sticking to the stuff that's working with the vehicle. I know with the MDS lifters and stuff, they're still all in there. The engine's still stock, so I'm not trying to mess with different weight oils at this point. Maybe down the road, I'll take a look at some other stuff, but right now I'm just sticking with the tried and true stuff. The truck has 114K on it. Seems to be doing just fine on the stuff that it's been running on, so we're gonna stick with that. I'm gonna do a quick oil change right now, but I'm not gonna lift it up. I can sneak under there and drain the oil. So I'm just gonna slide myself underneath there, drain it, and continue to tell you guys what the plan is for this week. Alright, so I just let the truck warm up just for a few minutes just to get the oil a little bit hot so that it comes out a little bit easier. And it is a 13mm to crack the drain bolt or plug on the vehicle, just as a reminder. So I'm going to run under there, crack that, and we will take off the filter as well. Also, not that we're going to be necessarily running on the track, because last time we didn't run the filter for the track, the strip, but it is pretty dirty at this point after a few thousand miles. Hopefully you guys can see that. There, it's pretty dang dirty, especially with all the belt dust floating around here with this belt being shredded. So I'm going to pop that off, clean that. Probably not today because I'm kind of running out of time for the day. But we're going to be doing some other things too, which I'm going to recap at the end of this video. So I think for this run, we're going to get pretty serious on trying to set a pretty good time. So I'm going to get your opinions at the end of the video, but let me crack off this filter, pop it off, and clean it. And if you guys aren't familiar with that process, I'll show you that as well. It's super easy. All right, so you just take off the one band clamp to remove the filter anyways. I know there's some talk about it being kind of a pain to put this or install the filter, but I really didn't find it. So maybe if you try disconnecting it from here, but if you just remove it straight off the Pro Charger, it is very simple to get this filter to here. So you're just gonna drop it down and it falls out like so. So that's it. Hopefully you can see how dirty that is, pretty nasty. I'm gonna disconnect it here. Or actually I could probably just leave it, to be honest. I'm just gonna leave this elbow on it since it's already situated, and we'll start cleaning it. So cleaning these filters, most of you guys are going to be familiar with this, but get yourself one of these kits, K&N Recharge Kit. It comes with a cleaner, and then it comes with the oil that you spray on it afterwards. So what you kind of do is just take the cleaner spray, and just be liberal with it, just kind of spray it all over. And what this does is it breaks down the oil, so this oil. So it's breaking that down. And it's not really nasty stuff, I don't find anyways. Pretty easy stuff to work with. So just spray this all over. Let it soak for 5-10 minutes and then rinse the whole filter out, which we'll do. So while this solution or cleaner does its magic, we'll go back and we'll put in that drain plug. Okay, now we can put our drain bolt back in. And I always tell everybody, don't go crazy with this. There's no reason to go bananas on it and tighten it really tight. It's really unnecessary. Just snug is fine. So take your 13 and just snug it up. It's probably an official torque setting for this, but again, just snug and that's it. So that part's done. Now we're going to tackle the oil filter. All Alright, so for the oil filter, I got this tip. This is what you can hear crinkling around from another a subscriber actually. They said to take a plastic bag and put it around the oil filter so that when you take it out, all the oil drips into this and not all over the place. So we're gonna attempt their method. I'm really not sure how it's gonna work because usually every time that I've done this, it wants to puke and pour all over the place. So I have my oil pan, which is extremely full right now, with the oil out of the engine, but I'm gonna have it on standby just in case this thing still decides to puke everywhere. And we will crack this loose, so hopefully it shouldn't be too crazy tight. Find out in a second. So hand tight is all you need on that. And let's try this method. So I'll put this bag over like so. And we're going to loosen it. And if all goes well, the oil will go inside of it. So there's the oil coming out. It's still puking. It's not as foolproof as they made it seem. So it's still leaking around it. So I mean, it's better, I want to say, but it's still, this is not no easy solution to not get oil all over the place. It does catch some of it, but a lot of it still makes its way around the bag, for sure. For sure. So you can kind of see what it's caught and what it's dripped, but I guess it does work. It's better, just not perfect, for sure. Makes it awkward turning the filter off, that's for sure. Alright, if this thing ever comes off, then we can get this out of here. So what happened is it's kind of like leaking around the flange, but it's not making its way into the bag, it's making its way around the bag. Okay, I think we finally got it off. Alright, so I'm gonna hopefully let this slide into the bag, if I can do that. And that's it. So, yeah, see, it's still gonna drip out, guys. It's not a foolproof method. So no matter what you do, it's gonna end up puking out. Anyways, we will clean up the mess as necessary for sure. And it's pretty much done. So we're gonna take our new filter. The mating surfaces already have quite a bit of oil on them, so some people like to put some oil on the actual gasket, but again, it's all personal preference. If you still have some existing oil on there, in my opinion, you're fine. But again, it's something that you can debate till you're blue in the face. Okay, so again, you only want to put this on just hand tight. Don't go crazy with it. Just snug it up. And you're gonna clean up the usual mess off your power steering rack, which really isn't that bad of a mess. You can't really complain too much about that. Just a quick wipe. Mine always likes to run on the front here, and it really isn't a big deal to wipe down. So that's it, and we can go up top now. Now we can take our filter and rinse it off with the hose, or your kitchen, but depends who you want to make angry. So here's the filter all cleaned. One thing just keep in mind when you're cleaning it and washing it is you want to try and wash out the dirt that gets trapped inside there. So you kind of want to run the water this direction. I also try to get in to drive the water the opposite way. So try to get water in to spray and to drive the dirt out of the filter. And just kind of use a combination of some different things. You don't want to drive the dirt further into the filter. So just try to kind of use a sweeping motion with the water to try to run the dirt out. Okay guys, so the oil change is done, it's completed, and later this week I'm going to be doing a few other things. I'm going to be double checking, if not changing, the oil in the supercharger. We have to replace the belt because this one is looking pretty tired at this point, and get it tensioned. A few other pending things. This blow-off valve, or bypass valve, whatever you want to call it, in the Supercharger application, I might end up putting the Procharger one back on because I think and I suspect that this one is leaking just a little bit of boost because there's different spring rates you can get, and I think I'm losing a couple PSI out of that there. So I might just put the Procharger one back on just so that I have full boost for the event. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So what do you guys think? We have some options. We can just run it full weight, with the exception of probably the tailgate. The spare tire is still out. I never put it back in from the last time. So spare tire is gone, but I'm thinking about removing, I'm gonna take off the tailgate, and the next thing is interior. So with my truck being a fully optioned truck, it gets a little bit funny removing some stuff. I know the Demon, they take out the passenger seat for racing, so I'm not sure. Maybe if you guys are aware of it or you guys know of it, let me know. As far as running the truck with a seat removed, the passenger seat, and how that'll affect the airbag SRS system. I haven't tried it. I have my suspicions on what it's gonna do. It's probably gonna disable the whole system. I just hope it doesn't do anything else, because the last thing I need is to be driving over there and then get to the vent and it's gonna do something funny. So that's one of my worries. I think I might try taking out the rear seats, like the back seats, and get rid of that weight too. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, how much weight I should shed for this. It's, like I said, it's gonna be on slicks. If all goes well, those slicks show up and we get them mounted. It's gonna be on slicks and tailgate removed and the spare tire gone. But should we start doing some weight reduction? Should we take out the back seats, take out that stuff, and maybe the passenger seat? But this is, I'll show you guys real quick and we can get into another video. But if anybody knows about the stuff, let me know, because I was kind of taking a look and there is one big connector here. My light's still on from my phone. So you see that big connector there? That's the main one that's running to it. But the problem is, if I can show you guys, get this camera in here for a second. See this box here? This box has some sort of electronics or something in it. It's not on the driver's side. It's only on this side, but I don't know what that controls, and I don't know if I disconnect the seat, what module that might be running, because I know sometimes they like to hide different modules, whether it's entertainment or different computer modules under the seat. So I'm just a little bit worried if I take the seat out that whatever that box is might be running something on the truck. So let me know what you guys think, because I mean, we could take out the seats, take out that seat. I mean, the back seats don't have any electronics in them, so that's gonna be pretty straightforward. We can kind of just ditch that dead weight if you guys choose. So definitely leave me a comment in the comments section below. Take a vote on that. Here's the Procharger bypass valve. So we'll be putting this back on just so that we ensure we get full boost. Got a few spare belts. This is the Procharger one, the actual Procharger brand one, but I have a Gator back and another green one, so we'll get something on there. And we got the Viper all cleaned up, even though I still gotta do some work to it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, we're gonna be, this whole week is gonna be prep of the truck. I know there's not a whole lot to do, but I'm just gonna slowly get it ready in the evenings, bit by bit, so that it's ready to go for the weekends. Hopefully everything pans out. Hopefully the tires show up and everything works out. But let me know in the comments below how stripped you guys want to see that interior, and if you guys know about that module or anything, because that truck is a fully optioned truck. It's got heated seats, cooled seats, airbags in the seats. There's a lot of electronics in that, and then I think they usually stuff some extra electronics. The driver's seat has even more junk underneath it, so definitely couldn't be pulling that seat out, because there's a lot of stuff, modules and whatnot running things. But anyways guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.